Welcome to KVCC Action Basketball, direct from Cougar Arena on the campus of Kalamazoo Valley Community College. The Cougars ended their regular season last Friday with a convincing 111-91 victory over Muskegon. Tonight they begin the state tournament play with a home game against Glen, a team that has been very challenging for the Cougars this season. Hi, I'm Dave Hauser, and along with Gordon Miller, we'll be describing tonight's game. Our technical wizard, Tom Carson, is ready to follow the action, so let's switch now to our pregame interview with the coach. Well, Coach, regular season's all over. Now, by virtue of your last few wins, you were able to get third place in the conference, home court advantage on the first game, but outside of that, you can just throw the conference stuff out of the window. This is the new season again.
It is. We've played Glen Oaks 80 minutes, and we're behind by 5. They beat us by 6 here, and we beat them by 1 down there. So you're right. We can throw out the records. 3rd and 6th place finishes don't mean anything in this game.
This is a team that it seems like you don't match up very well against.
We've had trouble with them. I've never coached a game in a tournament, Dave, where a guy's been averaging, Hardin's gotten average 48.5 in the 2 games that we've played Glen Oaks this year. And he's averaging 36 on the season. You know, he's just a great scorer, and we'll have to do a decent job. I don't mind if he goes 10 for 30. I'd take that right now.
Yeah.
But he was 20 for 39 down there, and 4 for 7 from three-point range, and 10 of 11 from the foul line. He's so dangerous on the boards. He's just so quick to the ball. And they had Grand Rapids by 18 last week in the final game of the season. And in the second half, Grand Rapids squeaked it out 105-101.
There's 2 different ways to approach it. You could say, well, we'll just let him get his 40 and hold everybody else down. Or 2, you can just concentrate all your defensive efforts on him and hope that the other players don't hurt
Well,
you.
they have good shooters. Colzo is in the top 3-point shooters. Conley is an excellent shooter. Aldridge had 5 threes the other day in a game. So we don't feel we can let them spot up and shoot the ball because of Harden. We're just going to have to dig in and do the best we can on him. And Jackson had 19 in our game down there. He had a great game against us inside. We've got to try to contain him and just play our game. Hopefully we can get it out and run against him and get some easy buckets ourselves.
Well, it means a lot, not only for this week, but going into the regional tournament. So
yes.
Good luck, Coach.
4 teams will be eliminated from the state tournament tonight, Dave. I don't know if you know, but on the eastern side of the state, Macomb is playing at Alpena, and Delta is playing at St. Clair. And Lake Michigan on the west is playing at Kellogg tonight, and of course Glen Oaks is here. So after tonight, 4 of those teams will be eliminated from the state tournament, and then they'll advance to the 1st and 2nd place teams in the conference, the seeds for Wednesday night. So it should be a great MCCAA tournament.
Okay, Coach. Well, we're just about ready to go now. We'll have introduction of our starting lineups. The number 20 at a guard position, Sheldon Fletcher. Number 3 at a guard position for the Cougars from Benton Harbor, Gary Hall. Number 22 is Andy Kozau. at the other guard position, number 4, Lavelle Guess from Wayne Memorial High School. Number 12 is Brian Peterson for Glen Oaks. And number 23, John Murray from Saginaw Arthur Hill. Number 30 is John Aldridge for Glen Oaks. Number 33 from Greece, Elias Foforas. And at the other forward for Glen Oaks, the big guy, Antonio Harden. And for the Cougars, the center, Kyle Smith. And Kyle's from Indianapolis Pike High School. The coaches tonight for the Cougars, Dick Schultz and Jason Korstange. For Glen Oaks, Steve Profuk. And our referees are Dennis Rothenthaler, Perry Costello, and Tony Payne. And Gordon, Glen Oaks has been difficult for us this year. Perhaps a tough draw for us, even though they finished lower in the conference.
Right.
But they have a player that we don't match up with very well.
Well, the truth of it is nobody matches up very well with him. He's averaging over 36 points a game, which is the highest scoring average I remember in the 15 years we've been doing this. We've had some fine players through here. Nate Huffman, I think, is in the NBA and came through here a few years ago. He didn't score 36 points a game. He's got 11.5 rebounds a game. He's got 4 assists a game. He's shooting 57% from the field, so he's scoring a lot of points. But he is very efficient. He's the leading free throw shooter at about 87% in the conference. So nobody matches up very well with this guy.
Well, hopefully our other matchups will go better, and this will be an interesting game. We lost by about 5 points here at Cougar Arena, and then won in a last-second shot by Gary Hall at Glen Oaks. And Antonio Harden controls the tip. Glen Oaks with the first possession. The lob into Harden. He gets it in close, and that's 2 points. Full or three-quarter court pressure for Glen Oaks. And Lavelle Guess dribbles away from it. Glen Oaks in a man-to-man defense. Murray finds Lavelle Guess underneath, but the pass is not handled, and we've got some contact and a foul on Lavelle Guess. So early going, Glen Oaks up 2-0, and already the Cougars have committed a foul. Harden drives, fires, and doesn't get it off the back of the rim. For Forrest with the rebound. Inside to Kyle Smith, who gives to Lavelle Guess, breaking the lane, and he doesn't get the shot. Number 22, Andy Colzow, comes out with it, and a loose ball is picked up by Lavelle Guess, and he's fouled.
Well, at the offensive end, we couldn't have had a better setup there than to have Lavelle Guess coming down that side like he was, but just a little jittery at the start of the game, maybe.
Another thing to try to do when you've got somebody as dynamic as Mr. Harden is try to get him in foul trouble. Now, I don't know if that has been a problem for him, but it's another way to attack it.
Yep.
Like I might try to push it into Kyle right there when he had Antonio on his back. Murray gets it in close, and John scores with a pass from Forrest. So John gets the Cougars on the board. And that ties it at 2. Peterson may have traveled, but then Johnny on the spot. Lavelle Guess comes up with a steal. Gary Hall to the basket, and he scores. Gary with a layup. And that makes it 2-all, and the pass is intercepted by Forforus. And so the Cougars real active here, both on offense and defense right now. They've taken a 4-2 lead with 17:54 left to go, and we got a 3-point shot, Lavelle Guess. So the Cougars score 7 unanswered points here and push out to a 5-point lead. And Harden misses that 15-footer. And it's knocked out of his hands by number 12, Brian Peterson. The last 2 times down, it seemed as if Harden was forcing the action a little more with his shot than what I recall in our first encounter.
Yep.
Forforus gets it in the middle with a height advantage, but misses a shot. And Aldridge comes off with the rebound. 7-2, Cougars up by 5. They're looking for Harden. He spins, he fires, he scores. Gary Hall right in his face. Well, that was unfortunate. Forforus was all alone underneath. If the ball would have bounded to the other side, he had an easy putback. Harden from 3. And all of a sudden, the score is tied as Harden with all 7 points for Glen Oaks. Lavelle Guess, and it goes out of bounds. Looked like it may have gone off Kyle Smith, but we'll take it. 7-7 with 16:35 left to play in the first half. .20 on the shot clock. Hall to Guess, to Forforus, who looked at the 3, now shoots from 2-point range, in and out. Harden with the rebound. Colzal with a 3, and now
he's the second leading scorer in the percentage-wise. He's hitting over 60%. So
we've got a close game, but it's come in spurts because the Cougars were down 2-0 and led 7-2, and now Glen Oaks is up 10-7.
Well, Glen Oaks is a good shooting team, so you just cannot focus on Harden.
Well, they've got Jim Hanlon focusing on Antonio right now. There's a pretty tough shot inside, and number 20, Sheldon Fletcher, got his own rebound and got the putback for the basket. Cougars down by 5, 12-7. And now we've got some zone pressure by Glen Oaks. Cougars shot well from the outside on Friday. And we got a foul on Harden.
Well, that's what you talked about, Dave. You said maybe
well, you push it in to side there to Kyle, and we'll see what happens. 12-7, Glen Oaks up by 5 with 15:20 on the clock. There's a lob to Lavelle Guess, a nice play. Very well executed.
That ends an 8-point run by Glen Oaks.
The 10-point run. We were up 7-2. Harden drives, shoots. Showed some serious hang time there. Finally let go of the ball when he got some contact, and he's going to go to the line for 2. And if your stats were correct, Gordon, 87%, he doesn't miss many from the line.
Yeah, that's. And he shoots a lot of them. I mean, he shot 100 free throws, so.
13-9. Glen Oaks up by 4. Now 5. 14-9 with 14:58 left to go in the first half. We got an advantage. Murray to the basket. John off the glass. And Harden didn't challenge him very much. He just put up his hands. John flew right by. Fletcher in the lane. Now hands it off to Peterson. Well, good feed by Peterson. He finally worked free to give it to Harden, and that's 2 points. So Harden's had all but 5 of the Glen Oaks points. .14:15 on the clock, and the Cougars trail by 5, 16-11. Gary Hall for 3. And doesn't get it. Harden comes out, and he's in a hurry. And there's a foul by Gary Hall. No, they call a foul on Lavelle Guess. No, it's on Gary Hall, I'm sorry.
Dave, did you figure out who has the #1 seed in the conference?
No.
Okay, I thought it was Lansing, but Grand Rapids finished, they tied for first both at 10-2. Grand Rapids has a better overall record at 18-5, but I believe that Lansing beat Grand Rapids twice and in their tiebreaker.
I was going to say Grand Rapids lost to Glen Oaks, and I would guess that Lansing probably ended up in first, but that's just a guess.
Well, they ended up tied for first.
Yeah, but tiebreakers.
Yeah, okay, you're talking about the tiebreaker again, okay.
18-11, Cougars trail by 7, and John Murray with the shot. Kyle Smith recovers, works, and scores. Kyle Smith with a strong basket underneath.
He had to do a little wrestling to get through there.
He sure did. Harden runs out of room and leaves it out loose, and Gary Hall manages to recover it for the Cougars. With 13:36 on the clock, Deion McPherson enters the game. Glen Oaks is back into a man-to-man as they bring in their big guy, Brennan Jackson. And we've got a foul before the shot. And the foul is on Colzow. Number 40 into the game is Nick Conley.
We were talking about, well, let's go to the game here.
Todd Hoover's number 24. Gary Hall got his own rebound, still doesn't get it. Now Kyle Smith has it stripped. And Gary Hall working, nearly had a foul. And Hoover gives to Conley. Conley spins, fires, and scores. So Glen Oaks up to a 7-point lead as Hanlon long range doesn't get it. Loose ball goes out of bounds off number 32, Magzig. So all the Glen Oaks players have been in the game. And we're getting some more Cougars. Ryan Kennedy and Eric Wells into the game. At the 12:55 mark, Glen Oaks on top, 20-13.
Both teams have had 9 players in.
Yeah, well, we have trouble getting the ball in bounds as Glen Oaks played good defense. And now we'll have a quick timeout.
Who's timeout? Okay, 20. All right, come here, Jim, hurry up.
The 20-second timeout.
Now, they're changing their defenses. He's calling them out. What our goal is to beat the defense down to 4, number one. If they pick up like they do three-quarter court, the guard's going to be in the middle. If it's back at half court, we'd have the big man, but the guard's going to be in the middle, want the ball, and turn and try to beat the press when you catch the ball, take it down. If they go with their matchup zone, they're just playing a matchup zone where they're talking, just run motion, just run it like it's a man-to-man, and look for a lot of give and goes, and backdoor cut. That's what's going to be open. Keep moving quick and cut. Let's dig in on defense now. Let's go. Hey, run one.
Well, Kalamazoo Valley, as I said, they'll go on if they win, assuming they win tonight's game, which is a big if. They would go on the road either to Grand Rapids or Lansing. And then the semifinals and finals for the state tournament are here.
Okay, Jim Hanlon draws some contact. He'll go to the line for 2. Well, last year, if you remember, Kellogg and the Cougars locked up in a battle here, and the Cougars edged Kellogg to win their first game of the state tournament, went on to win the crown.
Yeah, they had to do the same thing last year, go on the road for that second game. Yeah, actually the third and the fourth too. But
well, anyway, what I was going to say, in the regionals, who but Kellogg comes across as the winner with almost a last place seed going into the regionals. So regardless what happens tonight, anything could happen in the regional. So.
Yep.
I know the Cougars would like to get off to a good start. What a convincing alley-oop to Harden. He was a foot above the rim and just hammered it home. 22-15. McPherson doesn't get it. Harden with a rebound. Conley for 2.
I don't think he meant to bank it from that far out.
Well, he made a good move to get under the defense and got the basket. McPherson from the free throw line doesn't get it, and the ball is loose. Hanlon recovers. And doesn't get that, and that's 32. Magzig with the rebound. Glen Oaks playing very well right now, hitting their shots. Hoover looks inside to Jackson and then finds him. And Jackson get an easy one, and the Cougars needed some help right now. 26-15, they trail by 11. McPherson to Hall for 3. Got it. Gary Hall, the big 3. That ended a drought. Yeah, stopped the bleeding. Now we have to make a stop here to get things back into full gear. Wow.
Yeah, Jackson set a firm pick on Jim Hanlon.
Well, there's a shot that was missed by Hoover. And now the Cougars have a chance to eat into that lead a little bit. Gary Hall tries another 3. No. Eric Wells with the rebound. Hanlon drives and scores. Jim Hanlon, physical basket inside. And that cuts the lead to 6. 26-20 with 10:22 left to play in the first half. Conley looks for Harden. Harden in close, fades, fires, doesn't get it, tipped away by Kennedy, and that'll go out of bounds to Glen Oaks.
That was a good tip, because if he doesn't get that, Conley's got an easy Jackson's got an easy basket.
Jackson is a horse, 6'8" and 240.
Yeah. They got Eric Wells now picking up Harden.
Well, Lavelle Guest with the rebound. And we got a blocking foul on Hoover. Lavelle was going down there with all he was worth.
Yep. It was almost dangerous. Lavelle was going fast enough that you could see that collision was going to come because Hoover was sliding over.
9:59 left to play in the first half. The Cougars trail by 6, 26-20. And I think we have a blocking foul away from the ball on Eric Walls. The 4th team foul for the Cougars. Glen Oaks with 5 team fouls. Conley fires. Not very shy.
No.
And McPherson on the attack. DeForest for 3. He's got it. Elias. His first points of the night, and that cuts the lead to 3. 26-23, and Harden doesn't get it. Forrest with a rebound. Releases to McPherson. Dion from 15. Got it. 26-25, and the Cougars reel off 10 straight points to cut that lead to 1. 9:18 left to play in the first half.
Good job, Dion. Now, the difference in this stretch of the game, man, is we defended them better and we fast broke. We pushed the ball better. That's what we want to continue to do. Keep bringing it quick. Now, not just the guy with the ball. The guy that's getting the ball has got to bring it under control, but he's got to have bodies down the floor. That's a great outlet pass that time. Try to keep it away from him at half court. When he crosses mid-court, you just waited back there, let him catch it and come at you one-on-one. That's not what we want. He's too quick to do that. You meet him at half court, try to keep the ball out of his hands. Okay? Let's go. Okay. Go! Motion on offense. Motion offense.
Well, Dave, these last 2 games, Valley has looked like they've gotten up and down the floor better. The defense was very casual that Muskegon put up on Friday night, so it wasn't a really good measure, but this game is the same way. Kalamazoo's gotten up and down the floor.
And we got a blocking foul on the other end of the floor, this time against Jackson.
Eric Wells picked up the same foul at the other end. And
well, the one thing that's developed here in the last, let's say, 1/3 of the season, the Cougars have a pretty good offense, and they have a lot of different scorers, and they're not dependent on any 1 or 2 people to score. And so even if your defense is sagging a little bit, you've got people like Dion McPherson coming off the bench and putting in 5 real quick points. And that puts the Cougars in the lead, 28-26. Whoa. Ryan Kennedy sacrificed his body there.
yeah,
He picked up the foul, but oh my goodness. He had to give away about 100 pounds to Brennan Jackson.
yeah, that's. He put up a fairly strong defense too, you know. Well, he didn't tap him on the wrist or something.
Well, good foul.
He stood up to him.
That was an easy 2 had he not challenged him. Boy, it looked like Eric Wells was in there too soon.
But it went in anyway, so.
28-27, Cougars on top. Yes, from 18, he's got it, Lavelle. With his 7th point, and that puts the Cougars up by 3. And if this game is going to live up to its pattern here, I expect about 7 or 8 points in a row by Glen Oaks, but we'll see if we can break into that pattern a little bit. Jackson underneath, and Eric Walls comes out with a rebound. This group playing well.
Harden's out of the game here, which is a good thing.
Boy, Dion's hot. That was a rifle shot. He doesn't have much arc with his shot, but when it's on, it's very effective. There's a layup on the other end by Colzow. And we get a foul underneath. Good basket. The foul is on Jackson, and I think that's 3 on Jackson. Cougars open up a 4-point lead, 33-29.
they didn't mark up on the scoreboard how many that was yet.
Well, I know it's at least 2. I think that's 3. We'll see. 7:23 left to play in the first half. The Cougars up by 4, 33-29. Guess has a lane to the basket. He shoots, scores, and he's fouled. Lavelle getting serious. He's got 9 points.
This is going to put Kalamazoo into the bonus here with the next foul.
Well, that is the 7th team foul now, according to the scoreboard.
Yep.
So, well,
now they're going to.
Well, they got to make a correction. They're up to 8 now. So.
Yeah.
And Lavelle completes that 3-point play. 36-29. The Cougars have reeled off a lot of points here. They were down 26-15 and now are in a 36-29 lead. And we got a charging foul on Peterson as Kyle Smith held his ground. And Kyle will go to the free throw line.
Kyle's taken the majority of those for the team this year.
Yeah. Well, this one wasn't quite so savage. Brian Peterson, not quite the force that somebody like Conley or Harden or Jackson would have been. For Forrest with the rebound, the outlets to Gary Hall, and the Cougars with a fresh 35 seconds. Attempted a save there by Peterson. Didn't work, and that will go to the Cougars.
Fletcher may have had thoughts about inbounding that, but he would have done it under his opponent's basket, which would have been trouble.
For Forrest, looked at the 3, now finds Kyle Smith. For Forrest for 3. Got it! Boy, the Cougars have been shooting the 3s well the last couple games. That's Ely's number 2. And now the Cougars are up by 10, 39-29. Harden has been quiet in the last 5 minutes. That may change. Fletcher, fadeaway, no. Kyle Smith with the rebound, and Gary Hall with the ball. So Cougars in gear right now. Murray, John to Kyle Smith from 18, got it. And the Cougars are hitting on all cylinders with their offense, and they've opened up a 13-point lead with 6:11 left to play in the first half.
Have a seat. Good job. Good pass, John. Way to push, Lavelle. Run the floor now. Keep sprinting the floor hard. 6 minutes in this half. Let's keep playing strong now. Beautiful job last time. So you made him give it up. They threw it down into Fletcher. Kyle's challenging Fletcher, and Harden's on the perimeter. That's exactly what we want. You got to keep working on. You want to stay on him now for a few minutes? You're fresh. Well, you stay on him right now for the next 2 or 3 minutes and keep trying to keep the ball from him. Okay, you got your matchups, everybody else? Yep. Okay, motion offense, just watch for that press, and when they do press it, you're in the middle, Lavelle, against that press, if it's a 3/4 court, and you get it and convert it down in the wing. You got down the side and the other. Good job on offense. Keep it up now, keep it up. You know they're going to try to go to Harden now, so let's see if we can keep it out of his hands, Gary. Really dig in. Let's go. Good job on him.
Well, by my calculations, the Cougars have made a 27-3 run here.
That's about as good a run as we've had all year.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
We were in a hole around 10, and now we're up by 12. So it's a tremendous run. The shot selection during that's been good. The defense, just plain been hot.
Well, we'll see what happens here if we can hold on to this lead to go into the half. Hoover with the ball. The lob to Harden, double teamed. Tough shot by Harden. oh boy.
Well, Coach Schultz was right. They're going to try and go to Harden when they get to, when hard times come.
Murray doesn't get it. Tip is loose, and it's a loose ball. Fletcher comes up with it. Up to Harden. Oh, what presence. He knew exactly where Nick Conley was, and he gave him an easy basket underneath. Hall for 3. He's got it. Gary Hall. And again, it's raining 3s for the Cougars. I have 7 threes here in the first half. They're up by 11, 44-33. Harden for three. Oh. And that three was NBA style from about 24 feet. 5 minutes left to play in the first half. Gary Hall drives to Murray. And John may have gotten away with a violation there. Gary Hall doesn't get that. And Harden comes off with the rebound. Somebody stay with it. Oh, zip, zip. Fletcher with the lay-in from Harden. 44-38, and now the Cougars are down to a 7-point lead.
We got a 9-2 run going the wrong way.
Well, again, we talked about spurts.
Yep.
Hopefully Jim will be successful from the line to put the Cougars back on top by 9. Excuse me, it's a 6-point lead right now, 44-38.
Well, Dave, did you happen to catch the score of that Michigan-Indiana game?
That was pretty lopsided. I didn't watch any of it, but I certainly
yeah, it
was aware of the final score.
112-64. That was 48-point loss. You don't see that stuck on Indiana very often.
Yeah. Fletcher controls that loose ball. Cougars up by 7. Harden underneath, and that's 2 points. 45-40, Cougars up by 5. Hall forces it, and Fletcher with the rebound. Lavelle Guess gives a good feed to John Murray. John dunks it. 47-40, good release pass and presence there by Lavelle Guess, who saw John Murray take off when the ball was loose. Backdoor pass is intercepted by Hanlon. John Murray back to Kyle Smith from 18. He's got it. Kyle Smith shooting well tonight from long range. And the Cougars back up by 9, 49-40. So the Cougars continue to shoot well. Harden knifes through the lane, and wow. 49-42. Murray spins, fires, and scores. John Murray with another basket. So if we keep this up, there's going to end up about 120 to 118.
High scoring game.
That one was short. Gary Hall releases. Gary spins, fires, scores. Gary with 10. Now we're back up to 11-point lead, 53-42. But the way things are going, it won't last long. Conley spins and blocked by Kyle Smith. Lavelle Guess in a hurry to Murray. No tip. Lavelle Guess comes out with it, and now the Cougars can set it up patient. Feed into Hanlon. Jim has it knocked loose, and number 30. Aldridge comes out with it. Now Harden with the ball with 2:02 left to play in the first half. Antonio off the mark on that one. That's about as badly as he's missed any shot tonight. There could have been a goaltending, and it's called as Murray went to lay it in, and Antonio Harden swatted it away, but it was in the cylinder. 1:49 left, and the Cougars forcing the action here. They're up by 13, 55-42. Hoover with the ball. Harden in and out. Knocked out of bounds by Harden. Gary Hall did a good thing there by not leaving his feet when Harden faked a couple times, and then that just made the shot more difficult for Harden, and It still almost went in, but had Gary jumped at him, Harden would have jumped into him and got contact, I'm sure. McPherson goes for three. It's short. And Harden with a rebound. Colzow is short. Gets his own rebound. Jackson has a lane to the basket, and he scores. 55-44. For Forrest. Looked at a three and then pulled up. And we're asking for a 24-second timeout with 54 seconds left. Cougars up by 11, 55-44.
All right, let's come out in motion now. Let's use the clock a little bit on this one. Let's end up with a good shot. If you get a wide open layup in the first 5 seconds of this possession, fine. If you don't, work it down a little bit out of motion. Gets down under 6 seconds, then we take the jump shot. Then we get back in and we dig in and we stop them, and then we keep the ball the rest of the half until we shoot it right at the end, unless there's a fast break layup. You get a fast break layup, go ahead and take it. Use the clock to our advantage now, and if they foul us, we're going to the foul line with it, okay? You got 24 seconds on this possession, okay? Work the ball out of motion. Let's go.
The timeout took me by surprise there, Dave, because with under a minute left and it still being the first half, but Coach is specific about what he wanted to do.
Yep. Well, this is a game where it's been a little frantic here. A lot of points been scored, and I think he just wants the Cougars to be very patient here going into the half, get at least one, maybe two more good shots, and hopefully go in with 11-point lead or a 13-point lead.
It's nice.
We're down to 6 seconds on the shot clock. We're going to have to make a decision here pretty quick. As Kyle Smith shoots and doesn't get it. That's an interesting play because time had expired on the shot clock.
But it didn't change possessions.
Well, Cougars may have gotten a break. I'm not sure that it had changed possession when the shot clock expired because Kyle, I don't know if he released that. Well, academic at this point. Cougars have the last possession, and they're going to milk it down. It's at 15 seconds now. When it hits 10, they'll start to the basket, and now it's at 10. And we don't get it, but McPherson recovers. We got 5 seconds. And we get a loose ball underneath and no call. And that ends our first half. So the Cougars do get the final shots in the first half, but those were among the few unsuccessful shots of the half.
Yeah, it's exciting half.
55-44. Cougars scored a lot of points. Glen Oaks scored a lot of points. It's going to be a shootout here in the second half. This game is not over. We've seen 10-point leads shrink in a couple minutes, so it'll be an interesting second half, Gordon.
You've seen them shrink in this game. Okay.
Our score again at half. The Cougars 55, Glen Oaks 44. For Glen Oaks in the first half, it was all Antonio Harden with 24 points. 9 for 16 from the field, 2 for 3, or 3 for 4 from three-point range. The Glen Oaks team had 17 rebounds and shot as a team 52.9%. For the Cougars, that was more balance. We had John Murray, Lavelle Guess, and Gary Hall, all with 10 points. Deion McPherson with 8 points. We had 24 rebounds, shot 49%, and had 3 less turnovers. So, again, more balance on the Cougar side, but this game is certainly not, even though we're up by 11, Gordon, I wouldn't want to miss the second half here.
With the way both teams have, it's been in streaks, and so one streak and we're down by 5, so we're not comfortable at all. One of the things that you think about in this game is that Antonio Harden scored 24 points, and you wonder whether he's taken enough shots. He took one bad shot there in the half, and he has just been on fire. It's like I say, with 24 points, you still think maybe he should have taken 10 more shots.
Well, he certainly draws a lot of attention every time he gets the ball, but he can just play through it.
And really, their problems are at the defensive end, not scoring points here.
Well, he works out on both ends. That's his 9th rebound. He's almost got a double-double right now. Has a chance to get a triple-double if the assists pile up here in the second half. Cougars start out in a zone. Nearly steal it, but now Glen Oaks on the attack. Hoover inside to Jackson, who tries to push it in to Harden. John Murray gets down quick and scores. John Murray got his 12th point with some aggressive play on offense. The numbers were not in his favor, but the element of surprise was. So,
yeah, it was good hustle.
Yep. Cougars stay in the zone. They push it into Jackson, and Jackson scores with the left hand. And that makes the score 57-46. For Forrest from 15, he's fouled by Hoover. Elias will go to the line for 2 shots. 18:43 left to play in the game, and the Cougars on top, 57-46. Should the Cougars hold on to this lead, they will play, I believe, Grand Rapids.
Okay.
On Wednesday night.
And then if they were to win that,
oh, there's the state.
They're going to play the 2nd seed in the West. Grand Rapids or Lansing, and then they would, assuming they won that game, they would
play on Friday.
Yep. Friday and Saturday.
Elias makes good his free throws, and he's got 8 points now. Cougars back up by 13. Harden has a little trouble, and Lavelle Guest comes up with a steal to Murray, and John is challenged by Peterson, and the ball goes out of bounds to the Cougars. So
good thing Peterson didn't see that ball in the air. I think he could have gotten to it quite easily.
Gary Hall from long range, in and out, and Harden with a strong rebound.
That's his 10th.
Yep. Peterson drives and feeds, and Jackson doesn't get it for Forrest. Comes up with a loose ball. Murray quickly to the basket, and John scores. John Murray is the slasher, and he was slashing at his best. 61-46, the Cougars up by 15, I believe their largest lead of the night. Colzow, long range, is short. A little push there by Jackson, then he tips it out of bounds.
We had a good view of that. He got a good bump in the back there.
$17:27 left to play in this game. The Cougars up by 15. Lavelle Guest inside to Forrest. Elias spins and lays it in. Elias made it look pretty easy. Cougars in a man-to-man defense now, and Harden acts like he is hurt. Well, that was a pretty nice three. He is hobbling significantly right now.
I don't know if it's a hip or an ankle or what, but
he acted like it was an ankle, but all of a sudden he came alive.
Yeah, when he got the ball there, he looked fine. He was well again.
And we get a foul, I believe, on Kyle Smith.
I believe that's Kyle's first.
I committed a foul myself on the air as I had to sneeze, and hopefully I got the microphone off in time. Jim Hanlon into the game now. Well, Harden got awful loose there, but he was short with the shot, and Hanlon comes up with it. Kyle Smith releasing, and he's fouled by Conley.
Well, this has been a good start here to the second half, and we've outscored them not a lot, but
by
8-5, yeah. So
up by 14. Kyle Smith at the line for 2. Kyle with his 7th point. And number 8. And now the Cougars up by 16, 65-49. And now Harden does not seem to be limping at all, so he has shaken off whatever injury it was that he had. Lavelle Guess with a deflection out of bounds to Glen Oaks.
Cougars back in a matchup zone there.
3-pointer there by number 32, Quinn Magzig. 65-52. Murray is fouled by Fletcher. And that was before the shot. So that will be out of bounds to the Cougars. The 3rd team foul on Glen Oaks. Murray looks at 3, doesn't get it, knocked out of bounds off Hanlon. 65-52 with 15:44 on the clock. The Cougars up by 13. Magzig to Harden, doesn't get it. And Harden holding his head as if he had been struck, and Gary Hall strikes for the Cougars.
I think that was Harden's own man that got him there, Dave, on the shot to the head. Kyle
Cougars
Smith took a hard one too.
Up by 15. Near steal by Hanlon, but he's going to commit a foul in the process. 2nd team foul on the Cougars. 15:05 on the clock. Conley long range. Air ball and to Hanlon. Jim across the lane and finds Lavelle Guess open, and Lavelle scores. So Lavelle gets his 12th point. And that puts the Cougars up by 17 again, 69-52. Good rebound by Kyle Smith. Murray with the basketball. He shakes loose, feeds to Hanlon, who feeds to Kyle Smith, and the shot doesn't fall, and Kyle commits a foul. Cougars had the ball moving quickly, but couldn't quite cash in. We've got timeout with 14:10 on the clock. The Cougars up by 17.
We gained 4 on him now in 6 minutes, man. Let's dig in now. Let's play even tougher than that. All right, now you know they're going to try to get him the ball more. You're doing a good job on him right now. Let's keep focused. Keep focused. All right, and keep fast breaking. Should have just shot the jumper there. That was good decisions at the end of the break. So just taking that one. He's got 2 fouls, Jason. Okay. All right. Move the ball on offense, fast break, set good picks. Okay, cut hard. If you cut hard, you can get open without the ball. Okay, dig in now. Let's come out again in that 2-3. Remember, we can't give the guy 32 that time had too much time to shoot it. Let's play that, but get to him quicker so they don't have that much time to set up. At least it wasn't Antonio shooting it, but we still can't give those standstill shooters that much time. So if we can play that zone a lot, if we can keep pressure on the perimeter shooters. Okay, let's just play it right now until they score again. Let's see if we can make it work now. We did to start the game. Fake, try to get us an interception out of it and go with it. And when you rebound it, guards are taking off. Let's get it down to 4 quick. Let's go. Come on, this is an important stretch. They're going to throw the press on now. Let's burn the press when it comes on. Let's go. Look for it and the runners are out now. Cut hard to the runner spot. Give them a second to look.
Well, Dave, the both teams there should emphasize defense because for Glen Oaks to get back into this game, they've got to stop Kalamazoo Valley and that likely with the press.
Well, we're going to show them a zone here, see how it goes for a couple of times. Colzal with the drive, and
that's tough. There's too many shooters out there. That zone against Glen Oaks is tough to make work. Nice to make a little variety in there, but
yep. John Murray with the rebound on that last play. Lavelle Guess, open 3, doesn't get it. And Fletcher with the rebound. Harden up quickly. To Magzig, and Magzig scores, and he's fouled.
Well, you may see, it looks like Glen Oaks is going to try and run the ball here a little more, too.
Well, it's getting down to the point where you have to make a move here pretty quick.
Yep.
Down, they just cut a 17-point lead to 14. I'd say they'd want to try to get it under 10 with 10 minutes to go, and they're right there. But John Murray says
he doesn't think that's a good idea.
No, he doesn't like that strategy. Cougars back into man-to-man. Well, a lot of screaming going on down there. I'm not sure if it's due to contact or frustration. And there, Glen Oaks going to get another chance at a 3-point play as Colzal drove the lane, made a nice shot, and he got a foul.
No, Colzal is a good shooter here, Dave. Again, from the field, he's shooting 62%, so he's a guy that we've got to watch out.
Well, his shot selection is very good. That's the 3rd foul on Lavelle Guess. And Dion McPherson comes in. With 12:50 left, the Cougars up by 13. Jim Hanlon with the ball. To Kyle Smith. To McPherson in the lane, and they're going to give him the basket. They call goaltending. And Dion will get a free throw also. So, I don't know, the Cougars may have gotten a break there, but you couldn't quite tell from this angle. The referees obviously had a better view than we did.
That's a tough call, though, for anybody to unless you're within a few feet of the basket, to see whether the ball was in the silk touched.
Well, again, our angle was not the best for that call, and we'll certainly...
We're certainly willing to give the referees the benefit of the doubt.
On that one we are. Colzal scores. He got an open one. Shot off the dribble.
Could have been a violation.
Yeah. There again, we get that same play as Dion McPherson cuts across the lane. And Dion's come on to score 5 points here in about 25 seconds to increase the lead to 16, 76-60. With 12:05 left, a three-point shot by Harden, and it doesn't fall. Gary Hall to Murray. John does his thing. And the Cougars threatening to pull away here, 78-60. It's a very crucial point for Glen Oaks right now. They've got to make a good shot because the Cougars have a lot of confidence. And they throw the ball out of bounds.
Again, I think the key part of the game for Glen Oaks really is on defense, Dave. They just have, they're giving up way too many points. What did we shoot in the first half, Dave?
48.9%.
I'd say we got to be above that in the second half.
11:36 left. The Cougars up by 18 and with possession of the basketball. Glen Oaks in a man-to-man defense. McPherson open, doesn't get this one, but Gary Hall with a rebound, a fadeaway, no. And Harden with the ball. Colzow into Jackson, he doesn't get it, goes off his hands, out of bounds. So Cougars dodge a bullet there. Really, Gordon, at this point it's maybe a good time to just be very patient with the ball, make really good decisions on offense.
Yeah.
I kind of would have liked Gary Hall to have taken that last one out a little bit. There he made a good decision as he got a wide open lane and just took it to the hole. So now the Cougars up by 20 with 10:37 left. Harden is tied up by Hall and possession to Glen Oaks. Well, we didn't defend that one very well. I think we were very conscious of Harden, and Brennan shook loose underneath. Murray with a tough shot. John Murray, he's got 20 points himself here.
That had a pretty high degree of difficulty there.
Yeah, he did that hesitation on the shot and still got it to fall. Colzow for three, he's got it. 82-65. And we got a blocking foul on Glen Oaks. And the Glen Oaks bench is not pleased, and they are charged with a technical foul. And I think that was on the assistant coach, who just sort of waved a motion of disgust. And I don't know if he said something beyond that, but
yeah, it's hard. We didn't get a good.
But anyway, Glen Oaks is going to pay the price.
It's a bad time to mention it, but one of the assistants is a former player.
Well, it was definitely not on Larthridge, because he maintained composure there. It was even sitting down.
Yeah, he has a very kindly demeanor.
Well, Glen Oaks did not get hurt too badly, as those free throws didn't fall. But anyway, Cougars still have possession of the ball. 17-point lead with 9:53 left to play. Barforas, long range, no, and Ryan Kennedy comes out with it. Kennedy for 3, it's short. And McPherson from 15, and boy, the Cougars in the right place at the right time, got 3 opportunities and cashed in on number 3. 19-point lead, 84-65. The alley-oop, and McPherson tipped it away to Ryan Kennedy. Forrest looks at 3, he's got it, and the hole's getting pretty deep for Glen Oaks right now.
Again, Dave, I've said it a half dozen times, but Glen Oaks needs to clamp down on defense.
Well, they got the 3 right back by number 30, Aldridge. 87-68. I'd like to see the Cougars start using at least 10 or 15 seconds off each time. There, they used about 5. Yeah. Knocked away by Kennedy. .826 left to play. Our score, KVCC 87, Glen Oaks 68. There, Brennan shook loose. How can somebody that big get so open underneath his own basket? Inside to Kennedy, hands off to Forrest. Cougars working the clock a little bit.
Still got 15
Forrest on the drive. Eric Wells with the rebound, in close, doesn't get it. Well, perhaps would have been wise to use the backboard on that one. He tried to just lay it over the rim. 7:48 left, the Cougars up by 17 with timeout on the floor.
When you step out on that, step out and then get back. You got to play the big man. See, that's what I said before the game, is step out, help, and recover, okay? Eric, you got to work your tail off now, Eric. You're the freshest man over here. Now you got to dig in and keep the ball away from him right now. As hard as you can go in the passing lane, you make him beat you back door. And if he forces him to go back door, you guys take a charge on him when he comes in there. Okay, you don't want him to have the basketball now. You got to put the best effort you can put in these next couple minutes, not letting him have the ball. Okay? On offense, keep moving, getting good shots. Shots are all over the place. When you throw those 3 or 4 passes, you're going to find somebody wide open. You're holding the ball too long. Get the ball moving. Shoot it, pass it, or get rid of it. All right? If it's open, shoot it. If it's not, don't try to beat him one-on-one with a dribble. Just kick the ball out and get it moving and come off a pick. Go set a good screen for somebody. After you screen, look for the ball. Okay, come on now, let's go. We got to be solid right in this stretch. There's a lot of time left. Let's go.
Well, Dave, Glen Oaks called that timeout, but I really think it was more helpful to Kalamazoo in that I think that with a 17-point lead, as you said, you got to start really making the shot selection good. You can't let the air out of the ball, but you've got to make that shot selection even better.
Well, the other thing Glen Oaks might be trying to do at this point, they might try to look for more 3-point attempts. They've got some 3-point shooters. They've got to score a lot of points here in the last 7 minutes if they want to make a run at the Cougars. And there's one right there. And they cash in on a 3 as Kolzow got a pretty good look. .87-73, and Elias travels. The kind of break that Glen Oaks has to have right now. We don't want to give them another 3 right here. Fletcher for 2, and he airballs it. Lavelle Guest with the rebound, up quickly to Kennedy. Ryan shoots for 3. He's got it. Ryan Kennedy. His first points of the night, and that came at a good time. Perforas looks for the release and now gets it out to Guess. McPherson, 3, got it, and boy, that may have just done it right there, because the Cougars got those 6 points back in a hurry, and now they're up by 20. And I would think they would be more patient now on offense. And we get a foul underneath. I think they're going to call it on Wells. 6:19 left to play. Assuming the Cougars win tonight and win Wednesday, we would be back on Friday at our home court and for the semifinals of the state tournament.
Well, it'd be exciting if that happens. They did the same thing last year, as we said earlier in the broadcast. They went on the road and won a game. Then they went on for games 3 and 4 and won those also. So
the home run pass to Ryan Kennedy wasn't there. Now he sets for 3. He doesn't get it, but Dion McPherson. Cougars getting a lot of offensive rebounds here in the second half, and Dion is making them pay. Dion with 20 points. 12 in the second half. 5:57 left. The Cougars still up by 20 points. Both teams with 6 team fouls. 2-pointer? No. And we get a foul underneath. And we're in the penalty, so Lavelle will shoot 1 and 1.
I think that's on Jackson. It is probably his 4.
No, it was on number 32, Magzig.
Okay.
And we're getting some fresh legs in there as this unit has worked very well. 5:51 left to play. And I'm sure they've been instructed to work the clock. And Lavelle scores his 13th point. And 14th. Cougars up by 22, 97-75. 5:51 remaining. Gary Hall with the rebound. Then the drive, and he picks up a foul.
Gary Hall's a 73% shooter from the line, so yeah, he's the leading shooter on the team in the conference. So we just soon have him at the line. That is the 5th foul there, Dave, on Hoover. So he'll be taking a seat.
Well, one thing I can say here in the second half is the Cougars have done a pretty good job of containing Antonio Harden. They haven't shut him out completely, but he has not scored 24 points in the second half like he did the first half.
It's an unrealistic goal to think that you're going to shut him off. You just... You can make him work harder, take more shots, do things like that to get his points. You won't shut him off, but
99-75. The Cougars in good shape. Harden to Jackson, and Harden passed up a 3 there and went in and gave Jackson a nice pass for 2 points. Hanlon for 2. No. McPherson. And he's fouled. Dion has had several offensive rebounds here in the second half, and they have resulted in points.
Aldridge bridged him underneath.
Unofficially, I have Dion with 21 points. Knocked away by Kyle Smith, but picked up by Peterson. And we are on $1 right now. And that looked like a charge, and that's the way it's called, as Fletcher just initiated the contact, and he was charged with a foul.
Well, Kyle does get a lot more of those than you'd expect for a big man. He holds his ground very well, and I think most people expect him just to go straight up.
Well, the Cougars not showing any tendency here to milk the clock. They're firing at their leisure. Jackson doesn't get it. Peterson with the rebound. Gives a good fake and then lays it. Oh, didn't fall. Jackson has it knocked loose. Hanlon, ouch. Ooh. Right in the face. And smart play by Hanlon, but Jackson paid the price.
Boy, Jackson, yeah, he took a hard one there.
Kind of been the story for Glen Oaks tonight. The Cougars have taken the game to them, and they did it literally there.
Yeah.
100-77. The Cougars up by 23 with the clock running out on Glen Oaks. And Dion McPherson still lighting it up. There's a in-your-face jam to the Cougars as Harden comes back and steals. This will be a showcase. Bang. Well, Harden's not done yet, and he showed you right there why he's one of the best players around, and that was a pass he couldn't handle. But he had back-to-back NBA-style jams. And we've got timeout on the floor with 3:35 left. The Cougars 102, Glen Oaks 81.
Take the ball out of bounds under there. You let the 5-man go get it. See, that's what happens when we get in a hurry with it. We got to get organized, get people in position. Even if he's walking down the floor, the referee will let it go. If he starts counting, Jim just has to sprint to it now. Okay, but don't take it out because nobody's in position and organized against the press. Step over there again. Don't let him have an easy bucket. Dig in there and cut across there and cut him off now. 3:35 to go. They're going to be pressing you, so let's break the press. If you get an open shot, we're going to take it. If they get any closer than this, they get within 15 minutes, take the ball out to the air out of the ball. Now let's keep playing with them and don't let them get closer than 15. All right, now dig in and play good defense at the other end. Work on him, Gary. Work on him. Let's go. Let's go.
Harden had a couple of dramatic dunks, but he'd gladly trade those for a little less of a margin here.
I'm a little surprised by the Cougars' strategy here to play with them and not milk more time off the clock. But I guess Coach feels comfortable enough with the margin.
It's worked so far, Dave. You and I have talked about closing things down, and it has not happened, and it's been a good thing because they've scored. They've got to be shooting 75% here in this last couple of minutes. So.
Hall, Gary with a shot. Well, the other thing I think that makes a statement to is the Cougars' ability on offense, as Colzow with a three-pointer. Murray doesn't get it. Harden with a rebound. 104-84, and Harden will look for three, and he's fouled. And that's the 7th team foul on the Cougars, and Harden will go to the line. I think that is a significant statement in the confidence of your offense.
Yeah. As we've said before, Harden is the leading free throw shooter in the conference. He's at 87%.
Well, I think in the 13 or so years we've been doing this, he has to be about the most talented player we've ever seen.
He's right up there.
I am very impressed. (104-86), an 18-point margin with 2:54 left to play. Kyle Smith has a loose ball, and it's still loose, and that might be a travel on Magzig as he spun with it, but great hustle on both parts underneath.
That wasn't a very pretty sequence there. Lavelle had a nice break to the basket, nice feed. Kyle lost the handle on it.
Ryan Kennedy, Neil Johnson, and Eric Wells check into the game with 2:36 left. The Cougars up by 18. Oh, what a athletic move by Harden to make that assist possible. And that cuts the lead to 16 with 2:24 left, and Glen Oaks double teaming. And Neil Johnson is fouled by Fletcher as he cut to the basket. Kyle gave him the ball, and Neil will be at the line for two. Fourth foul on Fletcher. Neil Johnson with the free throw. He gets that one. 106-88. Harden looking for three, has it knocked loose, and Eric Wells comes up with it. Neil Johnson to Lavelle Guess, and now we'll bring it out and milk a little clock. Oh, we struggle with it. Good pressure there by Magzig. Exactly 2 minutes left. Again, if Cougars hold on here and win Wednesday at Grand Rapids, they will be at home on Friday night in the semifinals of the state tournament. Three-point shot by Harden. There's three more. Well, Harden's put some points together here in the last couple minutes. Lavelle Guess doing his Curly Neal imitation.
It's a pretty good one.
(106-91), Cougars up by 15. They were down to 7 seconds on the shot clock. Neil Johnson looked like he was fouled there by Peterson. Here comes Harden. And he lost control of it. Kennedy comes up with it. Eric Wells to the low guess, and again, we should have held that up. Exactly 1 minute left. Cougars up by 15. Colzow for three. He's got three more, and now it's down to 12. 106-94. But we just need to work on the clock here and not even attempt a shot, as now we have it out in the nice spacing. And the clock ticks away, and there we've got a foul, and Neil Johnson will go to the line. 106-94. The lead has shrunk to 12, but
there's not enough time left, Dave. 32 seconds isn't enough.
No. And we're going to get everybody into the game here. Jason McBride, David Urridge, and Doug Little check in. A nice round of applause for the Cougars coming off, as they've had to play well tonight. This was not a gimme. They've scored a lot of points here, and they've given up a lot of points. Neil Johnson perfect from the free throw line, 4 for 4. And Harden will take a three-pointer. No, he drives and slams, but he doesn't get this one. Fletcher with the rebound, goes up with it, and he's fouled.
On Doug Little.
Oh, it's on Jason McBride.
Okay. A lot of people had a hand on him.
Yep. Foul by committee there. Okay, 108-96, and there's 20 seconds left as Doug Little brings the ball down the floor. And it's stolen by Fletcher. Fletcher to the basket. He scores with 11 seconds left and a 10-point lead. And a full court pass that Fletcher intercepts.
It's a hard situation to come in here, Dave, to not play.
Glen Oaks is playing full
David
course.
David there gets a tip, gets a hand on the ball.
There, he partially blocked that one.
That one too. It's hard to come in there those last minute or two when you've sat for an hour and really.
Well, the Cougars hold on here. They've got their first win of the state tournament. They will advance to the next round on Wednesday night, I believe, at Grand Rapids. If they are successful with that, they will play back here on Friday night. So, Gordon, if this is our last game, why, we'll do it again next year, maybe.
Yep, sounds good.
Otherwise, we'll see you on Friday.
Yep, we appreciate Tom Carson's camera work, as always.
A technical wizard. Well, our final again tonight, the Cougars 108, Glen Oaks 98. For Glen Oaks, Antonio Harden with 36 points, 14 rebounds, and 10 assists, a triple-double. For Colesau, 25 points, and Jackson 15 points. They had 35 rebounds and shot 51% from the field. For the Cougars, a lot of balance. Deion McPherson led the way with 23 points. John Murray with 20. Gary Hall with 18. Lavelle Guest, 14. Elias Forforest with 13. The Cougars out-rebounded the Vikings by 7 with 42 rebounds. And what may be kind of ironic, the Cougars shot about 49% for the game. And the reason I say that's ironic was because the first half was a half of spurts. Yes. And not one you consider a consistent type. But you look at the stats, and the Cougars shot about 49% for both halves. So in one sense, statistics kind of belie the actual game. But I thought there's one key point in the first half. The Cougars were down 26-15, and Glen Oaks had the ball. Anyway, Glen Oaks had just scored to go up 26-15. And I could see it, I could feel it. You're thinking, I got to call timeout. No, I'm going to let them have one more possession.
That's true, I did. What happened in that next one? I don't remember. We scored, though.
Yeah, we scored,
yeah.
And we actually went on a 27-3 run and got up 42-29.
Yeah.
And I followed that on my book is the reason I made a note of that. But I want to bring up one more point. Late in the game with 3:35 left, you were up 18, and you called timeout, or there was a timeout. I expected you to say, now let's take the air out of the ball. And when you left, broke huddle, you said, let's keep playing with them, and if it gets any closer, then we'll take it out. Those two things to me showed me that you have a lot of confidence now in your offense.
I think the offense, the reason for our 6-game winning streak really is more offensive play than it is defensive play, Dave. I mean, they shoot 51% against us, and you're not usually going to beat a team that shoots 51%.
Right.
But we have very subtly started to emphasize offensive play, and because we haven't been able to contain Harden. I mean, he gets 36 again, and so my feeling is that we have to get good shots and take the right shot each time, and it worked tonight for us. Gary hit a bunch of jumpers, Dion and John Murray. John was finishing, and I think the biggest reason that we have played as well as we have in these last several games is that our ball movement at the end of the fast break is better. We're finding the open man, and we weren't doing that in January.
If Glen Oaks had a weakness tonight, it was their defense, and I thought that pressing the ball, pushing the action up the floor really contributed to your win.
I felt one of the big factors would be the number of people that we'd have in double figures, because Harden's going to be in double figures and one or two other players, and they ended up having 3, and we ended up having 5. So that balance scoring, I think, was a big factor in the game. And, of course, McPherson probably only played about 20 minutes and gets 23 points. I mean, that's huge off the bench. Plus, Elias has been starting pretty well for us. I thought he struggled a little bit tonight, but he's scoring some points, and he's not playing a lot of minutes, and Jim Hanlon's coming off the bench. And when Jim comes off the bench in these last few games, our play has really picked up. I mean, that 6-man role has been crucial for us, and it's a tough role for a player to accept, but I think Jim is doing a beautiful job with it. And to be able, and we were down, I think, 26-15, and he was fresh. He had just come into the game, and he was a big integral part of that run that we had against him. And I really feel good about his contribution. I think he's doing a super job coming off the bench for us.
That's a great time to come together.
Yes, it is. I was glad to see John Murray finish those fast breaks too. He put some great moves on him down in there. And this will be a real challenge for us Wednesday night at Grand Rapids, Dave, because Grand Rapids is leading the league in defensive field goal percentage. We're going to play a team that's holding their opponents to under 42% on the year. That's tops in our conference, and we'll have to continue to move the ball to get good shots, and we've gradually brought our percentage from about 44 to 45. It's up to around 46, 47, I think, in league play now, and this will put it just a little bit higher on the season. So our offense has really come along, and I'm proud of the guys, the way they're passing the ball. We're taking pretty good care of it. We had 14 turnovers tonight, but there were a lot of possessions. It was a transition game, and that's a tough way to beat Glen Oaks, because Harden, every time he touches the ball, And I thought another key at Glen Oaks, we were ahead of them 43-23, and they got on one of those spurts, and they closed it down to 6 at halftime. And this time, when we were up about 11, and the last minute or so, we held on to the ball, and we didn't score, but Harden didn't touch it. Remember, we shot it and went out of bounds. We got it back, we ran it down. Gary shot it with 10 seconds. We got another rebound, and it looked like it was a jump ball, and there was no call. Well, at least Harden didn't have the ball, because he gets the ball when he's got momentum. He can put 9 points on the clock, on the board in about 30 seconds.
Well, one thing I've noticed in the last game Friday and the game tonight, you're shooting threes very well. First half, 7 out of 15.
And I think that's the result of our selection of threes. We're penetrating better, and we're kicking it out so the guy's set for the three, where earlier in the year we were trying to shoot those threes too much one-on-one off the dribble. And we got to continue that. We'll have to shoot the ball well, because we're not a power team. We don't have a Corey Sterling in there, and Kyle does a nice job in there, and Jim does too, but they're just not explosive and super quick and strong. But we have to be able to knock down some threes, and that makes us really a solid team if we can get it. I loved at the time we drove baseline. There were 2 or 3 extra passes, and it ended up in Elias's hands, where a couple guys almost shot it, and they kicked it to Elias, and he was wide open, had all day, and nailed the 3. Because that's what hitting the open man has been. That's an absolute key for us if we're going to play well in the tournament.
Well, again, the season is over, but the tournament season's begun, and you've begun it on a strong note, and momentum means a lot. Now Grand Rapids will have that gap here, and they'll be thinking a little bit, but you'll give them something to think about.
This will be one of those defining moments going up to Grand Rapids, Dave. They've beaten us twice, once by 20, once by 12. It's a great challenge. We'd love to play in our gym Friday night in the Final Four, but I'm sure Grand Rapids would too, and on paper they have to be the favorite. On paper tonight, I guess, even though Glen Oaks has outscored us in 2 games, you'd have to say a team that's 18-8 against one that's 8-18, we should be the favorite. But now going up to Grand Rapids, we're playing a team that was 10-2 in the league, and we were 7-5, so we'll have to have a good game. But I'm confident. I think the people, our players, are getting more confidence in their offensive abilities, and if we can just reach down and find a little more defense and rebounding to go along with the continued good offensive play, and we'll be all right.
Well, regardless what happens on Wednesday and Friday, the regional tournament begins next week, and where does that take place?
That is Alpena Community College, about a 6-hour ride way up almost to the UP. And the tournament is 2, 4, 6, and 8 on Wednesday and Thursday. And that's March the I think that's the 4th and 5th. And then there are 12 teams going, 3 from Ohio. They're all powerhouses. Owens, Sinclair, and Lakeland, the team that beat us in our Christmas tournament. And then there are 4 teams from our conference that are going. And there are, I think, 5 teams from the Eastern Conference, including Mott, who has been nationally ranked all year and is the favorite to be in the Final Four probably this week with probably with Lansing and whoever wins our game. You know.
Well, defending state champs, good luck.
Thanks, Dave. We're looking forward to the challenge. I hope we're ready. I think we are.
Okay, great. Final tonight again, the Cougars 108, Glen Oaks 98. I'd like to thank you for watching tonight's game, and please join us again for more KVCC Action Basketball.